mama be strong. Jackie, have faith in God. Me no know about man. Long time them a try bring me down, and not just now, from a very young.
I want your DJ to pull up from that part again.
Let's not be flow when the prayer gone up. Not a evil can harm us. Them think we don't run, we just a warm up. Yeah, nothing harm mind us. So me tell the youth hold on, tell mama be strong. Jackie, have faith in God. Me no know about man.
Good evening, TPP family. Come on. Good evening, TPP family. Nothing can harm us. Say it with me. Nothing can harm us. One more time. Nothing can harm us. Allow me to recognize everybody who they recognized before. No long talk. I am eternally happy to be here this evening with you all. I am happy to be in a place that I have loaned to Assemblyman Megan, because many people would know that when I contested in 2017, and this is important, and lost by 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes. That is what they said I lost by. And then in 2021, before they tried to gerrymander the seats, thinking they would have break up Goodwood and they would have win it this time, not knowing that nothing can harm us. Now, I left Tobago a couple years ago. And while I was a student in Pittsburgh, I used to boast to them, because I had quite a number of African friends and friends from other countries. I used to boast about the fact that in Trinidad and Tobago, we had the best kind of democracy that I have ever seen. What does that mean? It means that man like Crow and Watchman could have sing what they want. You could have sing anything. You could have said how you felt about your opponents politically, and it was fine. You could have had a situation where husband is one color, wife is one color. During the day they argue, but at night they're sleeping comfortable together. And I used to boast about that, because that is, or back then, was the democracy that I knew about in Trinidad and Tobago. That image, though, was shattered for me. That image was shattered in 2023 when I had just reached home, tired like that. Take off all my clothes and lie down in my bed trying to catch a little nap. Only to hear on my door, bap, 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 police. Bap, 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 bap. Police. And I thought to myself, nah, this can't be it. And then they showed me the warrant without my clothes. And let me tell you about that. They asked me to go and put on clothes, and I asked them, are you arresting me? And they said no, and I said no, I'm staying just at home. But when I saw the warrant, and it said that me who contest election in 2017 and lost by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 votes. Me who contested in 2021 and win, and they kicked us out because they wanted to do their own thing for the 6-6. Me who, after they tried to gerrymander all of the seats and them to get it to 15, who win and beat him going and coming. Me was hired, according to the warrant, by the THA for propaganda. They said, me, I ain't gonna lie. That evening, I cried. I cried because it dawned on me that the democracy that I was boasting about in Pittsburgh was no longer. I cried because they actually, and I didn't believe it would have happened in this sweet T&T, sent the state, sent the protective that's supposed to be protecting and serving all of us to torment me. And then they went around even, and this is the part that really bothered me, they went even into the home of the highest officer, my political leader, my chief secretary, the man who was there with me in 2017. And they did that. And having gone through that, I can honestly think, you know, when you hear sometimes when you're going through some things and the police them passing and you're hearing that one woman scream out, "Oh, you're too wicked. Oh, you're too wicked." Say it with me. "Oh, you're too wicked." When the ministers and them told 𝐏𝐞𝐿, I call in the name, to stop working on those projects, "All you're too wicked." That one, the one in Bacolet, "All you're too wicked." When I, as the secretary with responsibility for health, wellness, and social protection, have to postpone trainings with international agencies because the international agencies need a single man in Trinidad to say, "It's okay. All you could do the training in Tobago because we ain't ready in Trinidad yet." And the man run and he hide and he ain't answer his phone until after 6 of Friday evening. All you're too wicked. When I could sit in meetings with my colleagues and hear them talk about grant opportunities, hear them talk about having the opportunity to build a home. Secretary Pollard always talks about it. And all they need is a man or a woman from Trinidad to write a letter and say it is okay to do it, and they refuse to do it. All you're too wicked. And a year and a half ago, I decided with the team at the Division of Health, Wellness and Social Protection that part of what we are to do is to provide grants and so forth to you. And it does really bother me when I have to tell somebody, you had to come down to bring the paper. You had to, or they go come by you after, but you need to do this and so forth. And we agreed that we were going to digitize the social protection, all of the grants. And we sat down at Christmas Eve, when everybody else enjoying themselves. My workers were in the office going through with them, with one of the international agencies. Going through with them saying, let us work through how we are going to digitize this. Let us work through the steps. And an international agency said, you know what, Dr. Faith, we know you're all cash strapped. We know you all don't have all of the resources. We will pay for the pilot of this. It's not plenty money to we. It's a little 50,000 US. But I know it's plenty to you. And we started to work, and we started to work, and we started to work, only to get a letter. And I would read part of the letter. I ain't gonna call the agency name because it's not their fault. It says, we are writing to inform you that the name of the program, which includes the agency, has taken the decision to discontinue its support to the Tobago House of Assembly. 50,000 US dollars, that is nothing to them, but it is everything to us. And when we go deeper and we find out what's really going on, we understand that somebody whispered and said if they do it in Tobago first, it would embarrass us. If they do it in Tobago first, they will embarrass us. And because of that, this letter had to be written. I don't cry very often, but honestly, when I saw this, it broke my heart. Because it should have been people who claim that they love us. People who one day said that they were going to stand in defense of Tobago. You all remember that slogan? People who said they claim that the Prime Minister is a Tobagonian. People who claim that the Minister of Digital Transformation is a Tobagonian. And after I done cry, I say, you know what? I am going to speak about this. I am going to let all of Tobago know, because what? They're too wicked. And it is because of stuff like these why I stand here proudly this evening. I'm standing here proudly because I need to tell each and every Tobagonian, and not just the ones who are in blue. I am telling those who support those in red as well, because as long as you are a Tobagonian, you would have benefited from all of these as well. You have to do what is right for Tobago. You know for a fact that those two ladies on the other side were there and they spent the last 10 years and not one day did they fight to defend you. You have to know that when they stifle this Tobago House of Assembly, which is in essence what they are doing, they're not just stifling TPP people. They're stifling all 60,000 of us. And that is why the 60,000 of us need to stand strong. That is why the 60,000 of us need to let them know that they have done so much and no more. That is why the 60,000 of us, if you are in the West, you need to vote for Joel Marcus Sampson. And if you are in the East, you absolutely must. There is no question about it. You don't even have to think. When you go to the polls, David Joseph Thomas is the only name you will see. And don't worry, they will get way, way, way more desperate. They will get way, way, way more desperate. So expect them to do anything. Expect them to say anything. Expect them to come with anything over the next 2 weeks because they recognize what is happening and they want you. And let me go back to the point that I started with. What they want you to do is to stay home. They want you to get so frustrated. They want you to think that this is a kicksy thing. They want you to say, well, I did kind of like them people who using them bully in the black and them other people, I did kind of like them, let me give them a chance. They want you to get confused. They want you to get confused. And when you are confused, you stay home. And when you stay home, the two candidates may have a repeat of what happened to me in 2017. Remember, by 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is all it took. And I met so many people after that day who said that it got see. So they didn't come back in time to vote. Or they was up the road and they didn't feel like coming down the road. Or that they think we did win already. That they think that with the size of the crowd and whatnot, we did win already, so they didn't come. On election day, April 28th, you have to get up early. Samson said, brush your teeth. I find you don't even need to brush your teeth. Go down, you're not bound for talk to nobody. Hold your mouth. Ensure that every single one of you who are in my hearing vote by 9 o'clock. Because if you vote by 9 o'clock, it means you have the time to go and bring out your nene and your granny and your uncle and your whoever else who need transport. The anchor. The anchor. The anchor. Blue is the code, but the ballot paper ain't got no blue on it. So you're looking for the anchor. You're looking for the anchor. And even though we know that all of them, they're wicked. If each one of you do what you have to do, we are going to send 2 representatives who will finally truly stand and yes, are taking it in defense of Tobago. They will finally stand in defense of Tobago. But for that to happen, you have to ensure that the anchor holds. And I know this is not a THA event, but if you do that, and you go out there on the 28th of April and put your X next to the anchor, we will ensure that Tobago becomes the greatest little island on the planet because the anchor holds. I thank you.
I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. I come out to dirty my finger. I'm ready to dirty my finger. Paint and oil, rub it all over. Let we get money together